And we're live. Gary, welcome to the Real Talk at the Del Mar Electronic Manufacturing Show.
Well, I'm impressed with the fact that you are the lead exhibitor in this show. I mean, how impressive is that?
It's not being the lead.
Outdoing all of the competition.
Well, it's thanks to you also sponsoring the Real Talk, ERA Southern California sponsoring the Real Talk, coming in to help us create this experience for the exhibitors to have fun and celebrate what's going on in the industry.
Well, the ERA is extremely honored to be associated with somebody that is so eager and aggressive to grow the industry and to bring us together as a family. It's a great investment into the unification of all of our industry brothers and sisters.
I cannot agree more. That's again, it's like a kind of a tribe mentality, but it's a family. We want to grow together, learn from each other. And this industry is not just, again, there's so much knowledge and wisdom that you bring and everybody else brings. And you know, I always tell you, I'm going to tell your story and let us know and enlighten me, because I learned from you.
Oh, now you're in trouble.
No, but it's been great. So how's the show been going for you? How's everything going?
The show's been good. I mean, it's a little slower this year. First year back from a 2-year hiatus, basically, with pandemic and all of that stuff. But you know, the energy level is great. I mean, it's unbelievably great. The people that did come are people that are looking for things and doing things, challenging us for different products and everything. They're bringing a real flair to looking to create things and do what our industry does, which is grow. Yeah,
I mean, I cannot agree more. So you're saying there's quality over quantity right now?
Well, it's always the only thing that matters is quality, right?
Yeah,
I mean, the quantity just doesn't matter. We've both been to shows that have had foot traffic that is immense, but they don't stop and talk. They don't engage. So at times like this, it's the things that count. And your guys don't sit back waiting for somebody to walk in. They go out and they grab them and bring them in and make them talk to you about the applications and everything. And if you can't help them, you know how to help them get.
You can direct them in the right way, and that's what we lead our teams. Like, hey, if we don't have a solution for them, there's many others that do. So don't be afraid to share this, because again, I think that's what the thing is. It's being kind, being human, and showing them the way. Because there are students that come here, there's engineers, all types of different vast varieties, and just for us to bring them in, talk to everybody. What do you do? How's it going? How can we help? Because of course, engineers in typical some points are not as secure to go somewhere. They might need a problem, they might see it, but it's your job to go as a sales professional. Hey, how can I help you today? And be proactive in that. And that's what this show really has to embody, is like, we're here to support each other.
So I have a great story to tell you.
Let's do it.
So about, let's see, he's 24, 25 now. When he was 10 years old, young man, 10 years old. He's here at the show today. He was here yesterday. He came into the show 10 years old with his dad in tow, and his dad stood in the background, and he walked up to the front of my table, very much like what it is in today's booth, okay, because I don't change it. But he walked up and he started questioning me on every single piece of material. Now, this is a 10-year-old boy, okay? But you could tell that he was a gifted kid. He was a little kind of on the genius side, right? Little introvert, but boy, he asked so many questions, and he challenged me. Well, how does that work? How do you apply that? How many amps, and he's talking technical, right? I'm a salesman. I don't know jack diddle. This kid was asking me technical. So I invested into this kid. This is like 15 years ago or whatever. And today, he comes in today and he's showing me his 3D printed cases that he's doing for this custom cell phone case that he's doing and everything. And he's making product. Several years ago, the last EDS in 19, he came in here with a whole new state-of-the-art power supply that an inverter that he imported. And I marvel at this young man. And the point to it all is that we invested our attention to having a conversation with this young man who, quite honestly, most people in this show would probably say, "Don't bother me, kid." Right? But we just said, I valued the idea that he wanted to talk to us, And not very many people like talking to me, so I got to talk to them.
Well,
I talked with this young man, and I was just.
Well, you let him, and the thing is, curiosity led him. You also gave him perspective, and you guided him, and you led him to a place like, he felt fulfilled, like you answered his questions, and you might have set him on a path. That one question and one answer could set someone on a path for a great success or innovation that you never know.
I truly believe he's a little genius, and I truly believe that I had just an ounce of interest, in the beginning, and it just grew. I mean, I almost feel like I want to adopt the kid. He's just, and he comes in every night. We just took a picture here 30 minutes ago together, and I mean, he's like this, and the point to it all is that I really enjoy that. I enjoy giving back. Yes. It's all about paying it forward, and I know how much you do that, and I know how much that it's so part of our DNA. Mm-hmm. That's what it's part of it. I mean, I'm old enough to retire, but I'll never retire. And because I just enjoy what I do, and like you, it's all about the energy of giving it and everything else, and not just existing. Yeah. That's not what it's about, And so the ERA is, being the chapter president of ERA, we're extremely grateful for the energy that you're bringing to our to our industry, and it's important that we keep that going. And you cross the road to the other distributors and manufacturers that you don't represent. I mean, to be honest, here we are. We're having this conversation, and we're engaging, and we're talking about each other's business. And quite honestly, I sell you very, very little, but that will change. Because I have my order book. I can come and write that order, but. It's all about paying it forward, I think.
Yeah, I 100% agree. It's also collaborating, working together. That's one thing you hit some points there is celebrating each other, giving back, and also for yourself, it's like, as you're saying, giving back is also inspiring the new generation, inspiring the people. We're in a very exciting industry right now. This past couple of years, unfortunately, coming out of the pandemic, it's set us on a rocket ship of technology, and what we're all on the hardware, the basis of the components we sell that save lives, change people's lives, infrastructure, power. It's unbelievable. We're in exponential growth. But for overall, is also what you say is just collaborating, because it doesn't matter we have to do a lot of business, but we can help each other grow. We can help quantify each other's work, because we all win together and we all have to lift each other up. Doesn't matter if you're my competition or not. As your enemy is your best friend, or enemy of your enemy is your best friend. All these things, it comes to a point is we should all work together and not worry about, again, we've had a discussion before. Sometimes you think like in the last 10 years or last decade, it's kind of, everybody's got more closed off. They're kind of more in their own echo chambers. They're not as more sharing. They're not as more, and like, kind of break that mold again and just be open to share information and knowledge and insight and generational leadership for the future.
So people close down when the risk rise, when their risk against their future starts to create more of a challenge. They start to shut down and communicate outside. When in fact, what got them into business was the fact that they over-communicated. The more they communicated, the more they won. The more they succeeded. So, eliminating the fear factor and just take the step. Yeah. Take a step forward, not 2 steps back. Take a step forward. And that's what I preach. I preach that to my guys every day. Yeah. I says, you're going to fail more than you succeed, but just take another step forward, and you'll figure it out. And, that's the positive thinking of what, what you preach so well, that, we'll overcome. Yeah. And because problems are going to exist. We're all going to have problems. We're all going to have orders we wish we could have gotten and we didn't get it. Yep. Somebody else got it. But we were part of it. We had a chance. Yep. And, success, in baseball, what's the best hitter in baseball is about 300, 350, right? Yep. That means 3/4 of the time they're failing, right? Yeah.
And that's the hit run. I mean, that's what we do.
2/3 of the time, right?
But, today, I think the way we touch, prospect, go after, build visibility, that builds the credibility, it builds the opportunity. Once you have the opportunity, it's your job to close it. We can't fix that process, but it's to build that and to share, because, again, the generations have changed, especially part of the ERA being very educational, helping reps, helping distribute, helping everybody, giving them tools to succeed. And as I said, this ecosystem has to be celebrated and also quantified to the rest. It's like, hey guys, we're here to help. We're here to help educate you and to get more people part of that program and ERA to understand the value that it can bring to them and the value that it does for the industry in general.
In our factories, your suppliers and our customers feed off of that positive.
Yeah.
They feed off of that. Well, that becomes opportunity. They don't become closed-minded. They become, well, what if?
Yeah.
And, that's opportunity, because reality is we all get opportunities by solving problems.
Yeah.
And when you solve a problem and you have that success, you know that you have an opportunity to succeed more.
Yeah.
And so that's what it's all about.
Gary, your wisdom is priceless. I got to tell you.
That was a nice way of saying I'm an old guy.
Nah. Well, no, again, I love the support. I love the partnership. I love the friendship and the positivity that you also bring and the jokes. And that's what we need to have. It's like we have to have fun with what we're doing. It's not all about serious. We have to have fun, celebrate. We're at an event. Everybody's here. The industry's here. And keep moving this motivation moving forward and keep leading by example. At the end of the day, true person of leading by example is yourself to do this process, and that's what everybody should be here. It doesn't matter position, who you are, what you are. We're all human. We're all the same. We all have feelings. We all have these insecurities. We all just want to have a good time and have fulfillment. Success. With fulfillment comes success, and have fulfillment of what we're trying to achieve.
Yep.
So I really appreciate the support you've given the Real Talk and myself.
Well,
all of it. Thank you, Gary.
And thank you for everything that you do for us.
I appreciate it. Thanks.
All right. Take care.
And
join ERA.
Join ERA. And we're out.